Copyright disclaimer. If there's any tactic that the enemy had been using for the longest time, it is predictive programming. One example is Smallville's finale, wherein they're showing how they're planning on corrupting Aluhym's temple or Mishkan via removing Elohim's seal on people's foreheads. In it, they use the Greek symbol Omega for Alpha and Omega, in Hebrew Aleph and Tav. In reality, they want to remove the name of our Elohim, our Creator Yahuwah, which is Yod-Heh Wah-Heh, which is present in our DNA, the sulfuric acid that breaches our DNA strands.
בשנת אוקטובר 86, כשאתה התאפקת בכותל, או לפני זה, אני חקרתי במכון ויצמן בתור רופא. הייתי מדען במכון ויצמן, וכך חקרתי את ה-DNA, של חולדות, עכברים, קופים ובני אדם. 18,000 רקמות של כבד, כליות, שרירים, גם עיניים, האיריס שבתוך העיניים. קיבלתי את הרקמות ובדקתי גם במיקרוסקופ האלקטרוני. לידיעתכם, ילדים, המיקרוסקופ האופטי שאתה מסתכל ככה מגדיל 10,000. המיקרוסקופ האלקטרוני מגדיל מיליון פעם. אתה נכנס לבפנוך של החומר. מיקרוסקופ האלקטרוני זה לא ככה, זה מחשב גדול, ענק, טלוויזיה, ואתה רואה, מה שהוא רואה מראה לך, זה אתה. סבבה, מדע, לא דת, לא דת. ויש תוכנה במחשב שמדברת איתי. מה קורה פיזיולוגית? כשהסיר לא יתפוצץ, לא ייפתח, אומר לי שמדי פעם, sometimes, התוכנה באנגלית, יש גשר של גופרית, שעושה שהסיר לא ייפתח. אני אומר, גשר, שמחזיק את הסיר, יפה, מחזיק אותו. גשר, שמחזיק את הסיר, יפה, מחזיק אותו. שאלתי שאלה של $1,000. שימו לב. שאלתי את המחשב, מתי מופיע הגשר? אז המחשב אומר לי, שיש חומצות נוקלאידיות על הבסיס של הסליל. יש 4 חומצות, אדנין, תימין, סיטוסין, גואנידין, ATCG, שזה החומצות הנוקלאידיות שבסליל. זה עובדה מדעית. והגשר של גופרית, סולפורו, הופיע ככה. כל 10 חומצות גשר, כל 5 חומצות גשר, כל 6 חומצות גשר, כל 5 חומצות גשר. אמרתי, מה? גשר של גופרית שגורם שהסיר לא ייפתח. אמרתי, ילדים, מה זה 10, 5, 6, 5? גימטריה של י' ה' ו' ה'. תתה בתוך ה-DNA. תתה בתוך ה-DNA. כמו רמברנט, שעושה ציור וכותב למטה, רמברנט, אני עשיתי אותך. תתי חתם את החתימה שלו, את השם שלו, בתאים שלך, בכל הגוף. תתי חתם את החתימה שלו, את השם שלו, בתאים שלך, בכל הגוף.
How are they going to corrupt it? They've shown it as well.
In Britain, they say, "Long live the Queen."
Your Majesty, the Commonwealth of Nations Globe. Your Majesty, the Commonwealth of Nations globe. Nations globe.
From a double-stranded DNA, they're going to add another one, making it a triple helix DNA. From 144,000 genes, it will be changed into 216,000 genes, which is 600 times 60 times 6. Their master's number, and that shows the tree of life, making man immortal or transhuman. They've shown it how they're going to accomplish it using the black goo. Impossible?
What we've discovered is that aging is very likely a corruption of the software of the body, so that as we get older, the software doesn't function very well, things slow down, break, and we get diseases. In this new work, we show that we can actually reverse that process by tapping into a backup copy, rebooting the software into that old computer, opening up the possibility that one day we can rejuvenate our whole bodies.
Dr. David Sinclair, co-director of the Paul F. Glenn Center for Biology of Aging Research at Harvard Medical School, describes a groundbreaking method that can speed up or reverse the aging of cells in the body. At least in mice.
There's an old theory that mutations drive aging, and it's true that our DNA does get damaged and it does lead to changes in our genetic code. What we're proposing in this new study is that there's another type of information in the cell, in our bodies, called the epigenetic information. And that's the information that we think is a large driver of the aging process.
Sinclair says that the process of aging works similarly to the way that software programs operate off hardware. Sometimes software becomes corrupt, and needs a reboot. Through the process of gene therapy, cells in the body can be rebooted to restart the backup copy of epigenetic instructions. The epigenome consists of chemical compounds that mark cells and give them instructions for which genes to turn on and which to keep silent. This, in theory, erases corrupted signals that can cause cells to age and malfunction, making them youthful again.
Well, we believe that there's a universal process that we've tapped into that works not just in mice, but probably in every human on the planet. And we all have this same program that allows our cells to be rejuvenated. In mice, we've reversed the age of their brains and they get their ability to learn again. And so what we're finding is that there's a universal backup copy of youthful information, in all animals and probably in us as well.
The process is still in its infancy, so there's still a lot to be figured out. Sinclair says that his team has already begun the next step to lab test the system on non-human primates, human neurons, skin, and fibroblast cells. While this method won't stop the body from aging as a whole, it could target specific areas to reverse the effects of disease.
So we're very excited about being able to treat some diseases. But if you allow your imagination to run wild, what it could mean is that we can reverse the age of any cell, in any tissue, in any organ. And if that's true, then we should be able to rejuvenate large parts of the body, perhaps even whole body rejuvenation at some point. What's exciting about the work is that there are many labs around the world working on this new cause of aging and learning every week how to do resetting of the system even better than we are doing now. And so even if my lab is not the one that's successful, there will be a lab around the world that succeeds in resetting the body and rejuvenating it. And so I'm really excited that within our lifetime, we're going to see the possibility that aging can be treated like any other medical condition.
This is how they will convince people into embarking in the evil, wicked, diabolical plan.
How do they do it? Say scientists want to add back a healthy copy of a gene to cells. They need an efficient way to do it. So scientists use vectors or vehicles to deliver a gene. The healthy gene hitches a ride in the vector. Viruses are one kind of vector. Viruses are one kind of vector. Scientists modify a virus to remove its ability to cause a disease. The modified virus can then be used to carry the healthy gene into a cell. Gene therapy can happen on cells inside the body, or can happen on cells outside and then transplanted back in again. Genes make us who we are, and gene therapy holds great promise. Healthy future.
Why would they want people to be turned into transhuman? Perhaps it would be for the Great Rebellion during the Armageddon. Why would people rebel? Because they will be deceived into thinking that our Aluhym is a bad, evil Aluhym and Lucifer is the good one. In the Smallville series, Clark Kent or Superman was able to reverse the things that are coming to the world, and people will think that the son of perdition will be able to reverse the wrath of Elohim. Insert Bluebeam Project. May people be awakened to choose wisely, choose light, the true light, which is our Messiah Yahushua. Maranatha. Shalom.